Hi everyone, welcome to All Inspired. My name is Amanda if you're new here, and in today's video we are tackling some deep spring cleaning. I got this amazing new tool we'll be trying out. I also am just getting all the much needed things done today. So if it's something you're looking forward to or you need some inspiration, stick around because there's more to come.
I was strong for your sake, but it made my heart drop. 'Cause it's always been you and I. Give me one more try. This is messing with my mind. Not gonna lie, but I'll give you the space so you can figure this out. I've been losing sleep and it won't get
This thing is amazing, particularly this little guy, the crevice tool. This thing, you can see I've already used it. This thing is incredible. It worked so well. It got right into those cracks. I've never seen anything like this. I need more. I need more in my life. I'm gonna order some more of these and see if I can get just the individual pieces, because the way that they did this, where it's like tapered up into a point, this is the perfect crevice tool I've ever seen in my life. I will show you. I use this on a door. It is phenomenal, incredible tool. I cannot live without this. I love it. It has several different attachments that you can use. It works so well. I don't want to kick the battery. But there's also this attachment right here. And then you get some softer attachments. These go on, that's how you use it. You put it on there and then it attaches right. You can do some buffing with these. So these are really neat. It just attaches right onto the pad. There's just a little Velcro. And then there's also several of these. This is what I'm going to use in the oven. I think these are going to work really, really well. But you just Velcro it right on there. And then it just the same thing. It'll spin and help you, save you on some elbow grease. But there was several different, the green ones that are a little bit rougher, and then the red ones that aren't quite so rough. So I'm really excited about that. I really think that this will work fantastic. I'm going to use it with the really rough ones, these green ones right here. I think this will work fantastic in the oven. I got two of these with it. I got the rounded, the flat, and this is my favorite out of everything in this container. All of these things are pretty great, and I'm excited to use them in many different places in my house, but this one is by far my favorite. This little crevice tool right here, it can get into every nook and every cranny. I've had jobs that I could not get things off of. It took me weeks and weeks and weeks. I used to own a cleaning company and I cleaned for years, and it took me weeks to get the items off. And now all I have to do is snap it into place and go to town. So let me show you. Let me show you how this works. So the first place I'm going to use this is on our door. We have a bathroom door, and somebody must have been getting ready in here, and they would spray their hairspray and it would settle on the door. And you notice that in the corners and on the little crevices is where the dirt collects the most. It's just typical for all doors. But unfortunately, this has really built up because of the hairspray that is on it has made it super sticky, and it's really all over the door. It's hard to show up on camera, but you can see in those crevices where all the dirt has stuck to it. And that is why I love this crevice tool. I went in when we first moved in. I used a toothbrush. I scrubbed this and scrubbed it and could not get it clean no matter what I did. And we just never even painted this door because I was going to try to figure out what I should use to get this off. And I always recommend with any tool you're using, use a cleaner. I'm using the Dawn Power Wash. It works the best. That alcohol that's in it helps it clean so well. But however, I still couldn't get those clean with just
the power wash. I needed a tool, and this tool is where it's at. It can do so many different jobs. I got that door all clean. Now I'm moving on to the oven. I'm gonna get this nice and clean. This is one of those things I really don't like doing because I'm usually sore after. My back hurts, my muscles hurt. I'm really sore from cleaning out the oven, but of course I like to have a clean oven, and I like to try to keep up with it so it doesn't get too bad. And this tool makes it so much easier. You just go through, and I decided to use the scour pad, the green one, the one that is the most I would say the most durable, and it's very similar to using a scour pad in your oven, and so it worked out really well. I did test it in a little small area first to double check, especially on the glass. You never know if something's going to scratch, so you do want to test it in a little area before you use it. That's recommended with any new product that you use. But then I just went ahead and sprayed the power wash on the glass and just gave it a good thorough scrubbing. You can see the soap is starting to turn brown, and it's because it's getting all that grime and buildup off of the glass of the oven, and that's just one of those places that's really hard to clean. And so I'm so happy with the way this turned out. It looks so much better. The glass, you can actually see through it now. And now I'm just gonna give the oven a thorough rinse. I'm gonna wipe all of my soapy product up, and then I'm gonna go back in with a wet towel and get it all nice and rinsed out. You always wanna make sure that when you're using a cleaning product, especially in your kitchen, that you make sure you do a thorough rinse. It is just dish soap and alcohol. That's what power wash is made out of. However, you still want to make sure you rinse it. It's just like when you wash your dishes. You wouldn't just leave soap on them. You give it a good thorough rinse. So any areas where you are going to be making food, make sure you go ahead and do that thorough rinse after you're finished cleaning. I'm so happy with the way this turned out. I cannot believe how great this oven looks. I'm not going to be doing a ton of baking, but however, if I am going to be turning this oven on anytime soon, it is going to look great. And if any guests come over, they're going to see that our oven's nice and clean, and they're going to think I'm on top of my game. And really, I just use this awesome tool. So I'm going to keep on using this. I'm so happy with this sink. Oh, this sink. You guys, this was driving me crazy. So when we first moved in, we got this sink. It was already in here, and I think we used paint or something, and it just was coated the sink, and I never thought about it, but it's black. And so it made a big old mess. So here's what I suggest. First, go in. I'm using the pink stuff. I've used it in this sink before. It does not scratch, and so I know it is a good product to use, but I'm going to use it in here. The first time I kind of put it on the tool and it flung everywhere. Don't do that. So just go ahead and put your product directly on the surface and kind of rub it in. Don't leave it in big, huge clumps, because then it'll fling everywhere. So kind of rub the product on the surface and then grab the tool and start going to town. I decided to use this dome one because it'll get in all those little crevices. Like I said, I do need an extra crevice tool. I love that, but the idea of using the tool on my doors and then taking it into my kitchen, I could disinfect it, but however, I would just rather have two tools, one for the kitchen and one for other areas. So I decided to use this dome one, which, check that out. It got right in that groove. So good. And you guys know those grooves can hold so much dirt and gunk and nastiness. And so make sure that whenever you're cleaning your sink, you definitely get in that little groove, because it can be quite disgusting. But I just went ahead and scrubbed both of these sinks out, and now I'm going to give them a good thorough rinse and a dry, because honestly, you can't really tell how well they look. If it's still wet, it looks perfect when it's still wet, but you'll get a shot right here when it's all nice and dry. And is it a 100% perfect? No, but it is so much better than it was. And I need to go back over it again, because you can see in the right, looks better. Okay, so now that I got all of those much needed areas done, I feel so much better, so much more relieved. It is really nice to do like a checklist and do room by room, but there were so many spaces around the house that were driving me crazy, and I was so excited to come across that amazing tool and be able to use that. But now I want to jump back into my regular spring cleaning. I want to get this whole main level fresh and clean and ready to go for the upcoming season. Like I said, we will have a really busy summer, and so I may be able to get to some some of the deep cleaning, but I'm not going to be able to get a good thorough deep cleaning again until fall. So I want to go ahead through here and just get this dining room completely cleaned. I'm using the multiple towel method. So I've talked about this with mop heads before. However, it's the same with towels. A lot of people will get a little bucket and they'll come in and they'll start doing their deep cleaning, except for they'll take that little towel and they'll stick it right back in that water. And that is not what I do. You saw at the very beginning, I stuck multiple towels in my bucket. That is how I do it. The multiple towel is the way to go, because it is the thorough clean. It's the way where you're not using dirty water to clean the surface. Now, if you don't have multiple towels, me specifically for my kitchen and my dining room, I use kitchen towels. I don't use microfiber towels. I use specific kitchen towels, and I just don't want to mix them up with my microfiber. But if you had certain colors, that would be no big deal. But me personally, like using something in my bathroom that I'd use in my kitchen, that just really bothers me, and I don't like that. But if you're limited on your towels, another way that you can do this, which is very simple and easy, is you wipe down the surface until your towel gets gunky. You take it to the sink and you just rinse it out thoroughly, and then you use it again. So you don't necessarily have to use multiple towels, but you do need to clean out your towel, because if you're cleaning the surface with a dirty towel, it's just not going to work. But this is what I went ahead and did. I just took multiple towels. I thoroughly wiped down my kitchen table. I do not love this kitchen table. We need a new one. I don't love the seats. I don't love the table. The bench doesn't match. Last summer, I had some babysitting kids, and this bench came in so handy. However, like I said, it doesn't match, but we need to do something new with this table. I'm not sure. I've been looking on Marketplace. Brand new tables are way too expensive. So I'm going to find something that I really like, but I'm just going to have to hold off until somebody decides to sell something I like. So I'll keep looking on Marketplace until I find that. But for now, I'm just going to get that table nice and clean, and we're going to live with it because we've been living with it for about 4 years and it works. So if you would like to see some type of a makeover of a kitchen table, or just some additions to this dining room in general, because it's pretty blank and we need to put some stuff on the walls, and I need to do more. So if you're looking forward to seeing some of that type of content, hit the subscribe button, because it will be coming fairly soon, or as soon as someone posts some good tables online. Anyways, now I'm just going to start working on these oh my gosh, I'm so turned around, you guys. I'm going to start working on these windows. I've been slowly working on all the windows. I feel like that is a huge project all in itself. I would never want to go around my house and do all the windows. It's just a lot. They build up dust and pollen and debris, and they just get dirty fast, especially on the outside. And so I'm just going to do a really thorough wipe down of the windows, and I'm going to get the outside, and I'm going to get the tracks really well. I have a fantastic steamer. It took me a little while to figure out how to use it. I was flinging stuff everywhere, but you will see coming up that I did figure out how to use it, and it works really well at getting all the dirt and the grime built up on the inside of your windows. You just put that little steamer close but not on the windowsill, and then you just go to town, and it'll just get all of that to come up, and then you can just wipe it clean with a paper towel. But you'll see that coming up soon. I'm so impressed with how great this steamer works. I've cleaned windows a lot. I used to have a house before when I cleaned homes professionally, and every 3 months we did the windows. And honestly, it wasn't that bad because we kept up on them and we did them every 3 months. But I think that this window track is something that a lot of people just skip over. They don't really clean them very often, and most people just don't know how to. I've seen multiple different methods. I used to use a toothbrush. I would just put some dish soap in there and I would use a toothbrush and scrub it out. But honestly, this method works the best because that steamer is the fastest way I've ever been able to clean the windows. Just steam that dirt right away and wipe it up and boom, you're done. So if you don't have one of those, I would definitely invest in one of them. It is such a great tool. It works so well. I'll leave it linked below for you. And then I'm just gonna go ahead and get these chairs cleaned. Like I said, I do not like this fabric. I'm not a huge fan of red. I don't have a lot of red in our house either. So the design's fine, but the color isn't really my thing. However, if we're going to have it, it's going to be taken care of and it's going to be clean because we have it. It's ours. It's in our home and we're using it right now. So even though I don't like it, that doesn't mean I'm not going to take care of it or keep it clean. And we have guests coming over this weekend, so I'm going to make sure that this upholstery is nice and clean. It takes a beating. We have children. You can see the one on the right is pretty gross. The one on the left is getting nice and clean, but it's just gross. So children sit here, they do crafts here sometimes, they do homework here, we eat here, and so it's a mess. And I think on my next table, I'm gonna find chairs that don't have any cloth because it'll be much easier to keep it clean. However, if you have chairs with cloth, buy one of these Bissell upholstery cleaners. This is a game changer. It works so great on getting your upholstery clean. You can use it anywhere. You can use it on mattresses. You can use it on your couch, your sofa, spot cleaning your rug. You can use it anywhere. It's a wonderful tool. It makes spring cleaning so much easier. So if you don't have one, that'll be linked below. But the last thing I'm going to do to finish this off is get a thorough cleaning on this floor. Now, I do have a one mop head method for cleaning the floors. If you want to check that out, go and look in my shorts and it's listed in there and you can check it out there. However, because I'm going room by room, I'm not doing the deep, thorough one mop head cleaning. Instead, I'm just going to use my Tinco. It vacuums and mops at the same time, which makes it really, really great. Then once I get all of the rooms done on this main level, that's when I go ahead and go through and do the thorough cleanings on all of the floors, the one mop head method that gets that extreme deep clean. But for now, I'm just going through with this. It's such a great useful tool that you can use on a daily basis. Our children use this every day. One of them does the floor, one of them does the table, and they just come through with this. They turn it on, it vacuums and mops at the same time. They like it, they think it's cool. The hardest thing about it is you have to clean it out every single time after you're done using it, which isn't that big of a deal. I set it up for them, they vacuum, and then I clean it out for them. So it's not a big deal at all. And I love using it. I keep it around the house just for anything you have. Even if your kid has a little spill, you can just go grab the Tinco, bring it out, suck up that spill real fast. It won't be sticky. It'll mop it. It'll vacuum it all up and you'll be good to go. So it is a fantastic product. I love it. I know that they have newer ones. This is the older model, but I love it. It works well. Like I said, I have to clean it out, but I'm okay with cleaning it out, especially because I don't have to go through the hassle of sweeping the floor or vacuuming the floor and then mopping. My floors stay so much cleaner with this product. So, to end this video, I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about what is your favorite music. What is just your favorite type of music, your favorite genre? Do you love all music? What is important to you? I love any music that makes you feel. I love music. It's so important to me. I love so many artists. I love so many different genres. Anything that makes me feel something. And I feel like most music does that. It just makes you feel. That's just what music does. However, there's particular artists like Eminem that just, no matter what, if you listen to some of his songs, you're going to be like, whoa. Or Mariah Carey, she has some really, really great old school songs that are just like, yeah, wow. When you're going through a hard time, you could just turn that on and just melt everything away. So What are your guys' favorite music? What helps you? What makes you feel good? Let me know in the comments below. And to all of you that made it to the very end of the video, I appreciate every single one of you.